My next guest I had the privilege to sit down with is not new to the show. They have been on the show now. This episode makes the third time that they've been on the show. So they've been on the show episode 18 and 19 and also episode 31. So we've heard their transition journey. We know what they're about. And so this conversation in this episode, we just pretty much came together and discussed issues that's happening now in our time. So we discussed anti-trans bills. We discussed and gave tips to parents who are parents of queer youth. We talked about positive representation. We also discussed a little bit about trans youth suicide rates, banned books. We gave shout outs on the show. And we also discussed unity in the Black community that includes Black trans folks. So this was a really good episode. I hope that you enjoy. Hello and welcome to Dem Bois Podcast. I'm your host, Shawn, he, him, his, and I will be your guide throughout this journey on the show. This show is a platform where trans men of color voices will be amplified as we share our stories. Trans men of color are not monolithic. What that means is our journeys are not the same. We come from different backgrounds. We have different stories, family relations, chosen family, and most of all, we have different transition journeys. Visibility equals possibility. I like to say that all the time. We like to highlight on this show trans men of color businesses and entrepreneurs, parents, athletes, survivors, and many other issues and topics that are relatable to trans men of color in our existence. Dem Bois Podcast is not only a platform to amplify our voices, but to raise awareness and conversation around our lived experiences. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting, listening, and sharing the show. Welcome to Dem Bois Podcast. I'm your host, Shawn, he, him, his. My next guest, this is their third time being on here. I don't even know if I should even introduce them, right? But they are a youth, social, gender, racial justice activist who strives to make a difference in the world through his acts of service and business. He was also a guest in season 1 on episode 18 and 19, which was our love, sex, and relationships, part 1 and part 2. And he also had his own episode 31, Speaking Truth to Power, Leading Up to Knowing Your Worth. So welcome back to the show.
What's going on? How you doing, brother? Thank you for having me again.
Yes,
this
absolutely.
is Mr. Amari Leach in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother said, I am a youth advocate. I am a human rights advocate. I strive to use my experience and everything that I've been through in my life to help our youth. Help myself grow so that we can be better for the next generation and show them, the path to self-love, the path that was not shown to us. And I'm just glad to be back on the show, man. The Kings is here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm so happy to have you back. And so since you have been on here a few times, we're not going to do the typical thing that we normally do is like going through your transition story. If y'all want to know more about Amari, go back and listen to those previous episodes I talked about. But this point of us, because we both long-winded, we have come to that conclusion that he and I are both long-winded as hell.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
That's
so,
our purpose. That's a part of our spark. When you are here to raise the vibration and change the world and be that change, you got to be long-winded because we're going to make sure people hear us.
Right, exactly. And we loud. Well, he more louder than me, but that's neither here nor there. That's all right.
Hey, big voice. Hey, when your voice was, as a child, it being silenced. Once you find your voice and you fight for it, I'm glad it's big. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're here to do, to inspire everybody to do what we're doing now. Because at one point, I was told that I had to be quiet because I was a Black child. I had to be quiet because I'm trans. I had to be quiet because I have disabilities. I had to be quiet because I'm weird, because I do things differently. I learn differently. You know what I'm saying? I had to be quiet. So now that I don't have to, this is not just Amari speaking. This is my ancestors speaking. This is those who died for us to be here, those who fought for us to be here. So when I speak, I take the back seat and I let my ancestors and my inner child take my voice. And then it just skyrockets, because what we're here to do is we're here to shift. This is the year of shifting. We got to shift the vibrations, the course of the earth, the course of, generational curses, trauma. We are here to break that. So that job, when you sign up for that in the spiritual world before you ascend to this world, that's a mighty purpose to have. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
our voices are big, and we gonna keep them big, brother.
Absolutely. So what was your reasoning for wanting to come back on the show?
For one, to of course see, my fellow handsome king, my brother.
Oh, well, thank you.
Shawn,
Thank
yeah.
you,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you the go, brother. We, who we are. We align with like-minded people, and I see myself in you. When I look at you, I see me, and we have a connection to where we were meant to meet. The universe makes no mistakes, so we were meant to align because we have a purpose to fulfill together that we agreed on prior in the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? So I feel at home with you. I feel family. I feel safe. And I feel like, hey, our stories are similar and we have to continue to keep talking because with the anti-trans bills, with everything going on in the world, they want to silence us and we have to continue to show up. So I'll come on here every chance I get so that we could talk about, because things change every day. There's something new going on. Genocides, Black people still being lynched, anti-trans bills. So we still got stuff to talk about. So that's why I'm like, you know what? We both have powerful platforms. We built that up, as the powerful kings that we are. So as long as we keep talking, we can keep boosting people listening to us and we continue to change the world.
Absolutely. I love that. So what we gonna get into today? What's on your agenda for us to talk about or discuss today? I know we got a few things that it's not scripted, y'all. So if you think, we came together and we got, okay, we're gonna talk about point one, point two. No, that does not exist, especially now with long-winded ass people. No. We talk about what we feel and we just from there.
We gonna go back to when we was 10, then we're gonna jump right back to what
right to now when we 25. Well, I wish I was 25,
and pushing 30. My God. Right. Ooh, Lord.
I'm about to be 43. So by the time this episode come out, I will be 43. So
hey. Older the better, brother.
Right, exactly. You know what I want to start with talking about? You mentioned about books being banned. Let's start with that one. Let's start with that.
I definitely, every day that I get on, being a public figure, a content creator, an advocate, being on the front lines and having to be on social media and advocate for all my communities, constantly seeing them banning books that show strong representation of Black people, of trans people, of our LGBTQ youth, our powerful Black ancestors, our history that they're trying to erase altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot erase history. If you only want to look at history and feel good about it, then that means, for one, it's not harming you, so you don't care. You know what I'm saying? And you want to erase a tribe of people, like things that we need to know as Black people in our youth, being able to see a Black lesbian character in a book, making it through the world, having, her parents' acceptance. Do you know when a child sees that and they're going through that, how that can prolong their life, how that can give them life, how they can say, Mommy, look, this is us. This is us. We do matter in the world. There is people like me. So when I see them banning books, we don't want our children to see this and that and the third. We grew up watching Disney princesses kissing. We grew up watching all types of, our favorite comedians doing drag. See, when you're laughing at it, you ain't got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But when it's real life and you have people out here and that is who they are, you want to silence them. You want to ban them. How can you ban a human? One of God's creations. You know what I'm saying? And how dare you strip that of our youth and make them think that there's nobody like them and they are alone in this world? Because that's how we felt. I know that's how I felt. I didn't see nobody who looked like me. I didn't see nobody that was as Black as me in books. I didn't think I mattered. I just thought I was another nigga. Because being from Louisville, Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? That racism has been a part of my life, all of my life. All the books, white kids, white, it was their representation. We were just there as the supporting cast. But now, baby, we the lead. You know what I'm saying? So with banning books, you're banning history, you're robbing our youth and you're robbing them of their future. You robbing us now, and we're not going to have it. Period.
Are there any books in particular that you read right now that may be banned or may have been banned?
Not right now, there's a list. There's so many books that's been banned that I've been trying to keep up. Honestly, I just been supporting a lot of independent authors and artists, Black authors. I really, on Spotify, I'm reading the Black Man Healing Guide. So I'm supporting, you
Oh,
know what
I've
I'm
been
saying?
wanting to, yeah, I've
Yes,
been
yes.
wanting
And
to
it
get
is
on that.
powerful, brother. It is
Okay.
powerful. The author, he gives you meditation advice on how, it stems from racism and how we treat each other, and as black men showing affection towards each other. And it is powerful, and I'm like, you don't see books like this. So, I have other, brothers that we're just sharing books with each other. Like, here, if you ain't found this, here, herbal books on how to farm, books on, like I said, representation, LGBTQ youth. I'm really like trying to find more authors that I can push on my show. On my podcast, I like to highlight, you know what I'm saying, the people who are overshadowed, overlooked, because it's like your book needs to be read. You know what I'm saying? So that is just the biggest thing for me right now, because it's hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Seeing them, we need permission slips for us to even read African American books in schools now. What? I
That's
seen
so
that and I
crazy.
said, permission slips? What
I
is
didn't
wrong
get
with
no
our story?
right. I didn't get permission to read white history. A permission slip. My mama didn't sign that shit.
At all. You feel
Right.
me? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that the biggest thing is any book, and if you pass them on to me too, because I know, you probably know a lot of, books that are meant, like, let's continue to share and let's push it on our platforms. And that's what I want to do. That's my biggest goal, because it's not right.
Yeah. I'm currently reading Cass, The Origins of Our Discontent by Isabel Wilkerson. That's what I'm currently reading. And that
Ooh.
was on the banned list too. So it's about, well, pretty much it's like the caste system. So it's comparing class here in the US to other countries like India and different stuff like that. It's really good
Ooh,
actually. And
powerful.
I actually watched the movie because they came out with a movie too.
Okay,
And
I like when, yeah.
yeah, so I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, this why they banning it. They don't want nobody to know about this,
Oh
right?
no, the truth is hidden in books. That's why they said if you want to keep the truth away from from somebody, put it in a book.
Mm, mm,
Because they got us so distracted. They got us so focused on the wrong things, my brother.
yeah,
We are focused as a people, and we got to hold each other accountable. We are unfocused as a people so much. All they got to do is put a celebrity, let them go on tour, let it be some drama, let
mm,
it be this, and we automatically distracted. And guess what they doing behind our backs? Passing laws, banning books, banning African American history.
mm,
If you had a young child in the KKK, if you had a young child in the KKK and you got another black child picking cotton, how are you going to rob our children of learning about that? When y'all had those kids doing that, black kids were picking cotton and white kids were at KK meetings, at cross burnings and lynchings
mm.
and sickening selfies while our ancestors are hanging in the background. So y'all don't want y'all they don't want the truth out. That's why it's up to us truth speakers to continue to say, "Oh no, you can't erase us. Do you know how powerful we are as Black people? Do you know who we are? Our stories and our ancestry, it did not start with slavery, and they know that. That's what they want to keep us from, is knowing how powerful we are. We have
Yeah,
to understand that we are gods, goddesses, kings, queens, emperors, empress. The days and the them, we are all of that. Black queer folk has always existed, but they don't want to teach us that. They want to say, "Oh, this is new. This is this generation."
I hate
Trans
when people
people go
say
back
that.
to
Yeah,
1882, my brother.
I hate when people say that.
1882.
Yeah, I hate when people say that because people don't know how to evolve. And I always say this all the time. Like, you evolve with technology, you don't still carry around a brick phone, do you? No, you got the latest iPhone. You know what I mean? So it's like people don't know how to evolve. Their
They
minds, they
don't know
want
how
to
to
stay
evolve.
stuck. They want to stay stuck where it's comfortable.
Yes. And with that, behind that iPhone, you don't even know that behind that Congo are people in a genocide for their minerals, their resources. Nobody's talking about Congo enough. I'm talking about it every day. Free Congo. Let's take a minute for that, because our people are over there dying. Our kids, they're being misplaced. all for their minerals. Every country is sucking Africa dry. And they've been sucking us dry since they put us on the bottom of them boats. Because we were already here with the Native Americans. Black is in everything. But when they took us and brought us here and stripped us of everything, you hear me, brother?
Yeah.
And they are still bleeding them dry, taking their minerals behind the latest phone. Y'all can keep, like you said, y'all can keep up with that, but y'all not understanding, y'all not paying attention.
Yeah.
Y'all not paying attention. They still got us in a daze. We're still slaves. The chains are invincible, brother, but they're still there. And the system knows that.
Yeah,
They know that.
And just even people on social media, they cling to the dumbest things, right? We talk how people talking about what Cat Williams was saying,
Yeah,
how people talking
yeah.
about the Super Bowl performance and
Let me tell you something. I don't follow any. I have people ask me, have you seen this? No. Have you seen what's going on in Congo? Do you know that they passed a lynching bill in Mississippi and that Black people are still being lynched? Did you know that? Did you know that they just found over 200 bodies behind the jailhouse, unidentified, and a mother had to go fight for her son, her Black son, that was killed by an off-duty police officer, and he left him and they buried him? Do you know about that? Don't come to me talking about no Super Bowl, no celebrities. I don't care. They are all puppets in a system. I'm a chosen one. I'm a God. I'm a powerful man. I'm here to shift the vibrations back to the laws of the land. I can't be that small talk, that ignorant talk. That's not for me. It's not for me. You're not gonna get that conversation back with everything that's going on in the world. We got missing children, inflation, rent prices. Our unhoused community is growing by the pound. I got people living outside of a U.S. post office, outside of my apartment building, right across the street. There's a man where that's his home. We can't even put every human citizen in a home. We can't feed our children. They're banning lunch fees. They're banning free lunches for our children. But you want me to sit and talk about some celebrities and that stupid drama? They are paid to keep us distracted. And y'all fall for it every time because y'all in love with the system. Y'all in love with the government.
My question to you is this then, because it's easy to get distracted. It is
very much so
easy to pick, because sometimes I get on social media, I'm just about to post something, and then I get distracted. I'm going down a damn rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why the fuck why is it 2:00 in the morning? I'm sitting here watching this dumbass video. So my question to you is, how do you stay focused? How do you stay mentally focused and you tune out all the bullshit and you stay focused on what your calling is?
How I stay mentally focused is meditation. My ancestors in my head. Like I said, this is not just Amari talking. I have a purpose. I have something that I have to do here. You know what I'm saying? So how I stay focused is mentally. Like, there's nothing wrong with, I see some funny videos. I'm up at 2 a.m. scrolling and I'm going down the rabbit hole. That's okay, but I don't get lost in it. I am the light. So I can't get lost in it because I will always find my way back to the truth. I will always find my way back, man. Okay, yeah, you too much time on this. I'm not about to watch this. You know what I mean? Like, I just know how to do it. It's like, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Because I want us to break out of this system. I want better for my people. See, a lot of people, the distractions outweigh that. It's more powerful than that. With me, my strength, the fact that I want us to live better, these generational curses to be broken, us to get out of the system, stop paying to live, and just love one another, is stronger than that because I want a better world for us and the generations coming after us. You feel me? So that is what keeps me mentally focused. And when I see people, when I see our youth, and when I think about little Amari, who he needed, I got to stay who I needed to be. I got to stay focused so that the youth that are like me, that was like me, that identify with my inner child won't be left lonely because I'm going to pull them with him. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know what I'm saying? The revolution is now. And it's up to us chosen ones, us divine beings, to stay focused on the prize. Yeah, you can see some shit, laugh at it. You can want to be like, oh, this, a new song, all of that. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you want to watch videos, if you want to, listen to an interview, I listened to parts of Cat Williams' interview. I even talked about the part where he mentioned Bernie Mac and how real he was, because the truth will always prevail. You got to listen, because some of this stuff, there's messages in it. You got to listen so you can add it on to your path. So you can say, man, he's telling the truth about this, but this aligns with this. Then you start putting the pieces together like a book. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you stay focused. Just don't get caught up in it. Don't make it your whole life, and remember what is really going on in the world and to advocate for it. Period.
Hey, this is Shawn Aaron, the host of Dem Bois Podcast. Are you enjoying the podcast so far? Great. I'm glad that you are. Would you consider donating today to help support the continuation of this podcast? As you know, this podcast aims to serve as a platform to highlight and amplify the voices of trans men of color and share our transition stories. The podcast not only aims to amplify trans men of color voices, but it also raises awareness around our lived experiences. You would like to donate? Where can you donate? Great. I'm glad that you asked. Link in our description will take you directly to Network for Good, whom we've partnered with in order to collect donations for the podcast. Or you can visit our website. On the website, click the donate button, and from there, you are able to donate directly to the podcast. All donations are tax deductible. What does the donations go to? Oh, I'm glad that you asked. Your donation will help to support our production costs. We are working with Jasmine from Pink Lady Productions that brings you this awesome content. And also, we pay our guests an honorarium. Pay our guests an honorarium? Yes, we do. Why? Because as trans men of color, we would like to support and uplift each other and honor the time that's given out to come here and share their stories. So if you love this podcast, share and donate. See you on the next episode. Take care. So what if somebody said, "Oh man, you all serious? You boring? I don't nobody. I don't want to talk about that right now." Well, so what do you do outside of that to take care of yourself as far as self-care or to have pleasures or enjoy the world?
It all flows together. I enjoy what I do. I'm alive. I saved myself from a dark place. Suicide survivor. I am a king. I am powerful. So what's for me is going to be for me. What aligns for me is going to align with me. But it starts at home. I love me. I love everything about me. I'm handsome. I'm black. I'm tall. I'm strong. I'm an advocate. I'm a business owner. I have beat the odds. Everything that was sent to destroy me, I destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? And I am building an empire. You know what I'm saying? Basis off genuine intentions of helping myself, wanting to help others, still enjoying my life, because there's enjoyment in truth and in helping your people. It's fun to me when I can sit back and advocate, and knowing when I get on my podcast, people say, man, I had a mother tell me, thank you so much. She asked me for advice. She was like, my daughter, she's a trans, woman. And we are having problems cutting off toxic family members. And she said, I trust you. I don't know this woman. This woman's out somewhere in the world. I'm hitting countries. People saying, please help guide me. I follow you. I listen to you. And I love your energy. My energy is my currency. I'm rich. I'm wealthy. So when you hear me, I could be born, I could be this, but you're going to hear something to say that's going to make you think. You're going to say, man, God, he got me feeling something. That's because I'm raising your vibration. She asked me, and I said, don't you hesitate to choose you and your child, because that's what I wanted for me, but it didn't get done. Don't you hesitate to cut off that toxic family member. You owe your child everything. And she was like, her son, which is the grandmother, the grandmother's child. And she was like, he wanted that for us before he passed on, to always put our child first and accept them. So everything you saying is aligning. I said, your husband came through me. His spirit came through me and said, keep our promise to our baby girl. Validate her, love her. I said, because unconditional love is just that, no conditions. Yep. You love your children, man. That's what's wrong with the world today. So if I can help somebody love their child and put their child first and say, you know what, they're cut off, I'm done answering texts. Man, I'm happy. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to the beach recording content, that's my happy space. Because like I mentioned to you before, brother, I didn't have a voice growing up. I fought for this. I'm still fighting for it in a world that wants to silence people who look like me and you. So at the end of the day, that's my happy space because God gave me a chance to do it. When the world said, you're finished, you're done, God said, oh man, y'all don't know, y'all try to bury a seed, a diamond in the rough, y'all can't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know that this one right here, divinely protected, this is mine. That's what God in the universe and my ancestors are saying. This one right here, this man right here, he's mine. He's here on behalf of me. You can't touch him. So how I find enjoyment by loving myself, self-love practices, meditation, journaling, brother. It has saved my life. Therapy, talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I suffer from mental illness, depression. I'm a suicide survivor. I stand here as a man who I didn't see past 18 and I'm 30 by the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? I have a purpose. I love my life. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't go out here and do what we're doing and not love yourself. You got to practice what you preach. So I can't sit here and say and bring all of this powerful energy and not, when we get out here, not give it to myself. No, I give it to Amari first.
Absolutely. You got to put your mask on before you put everybody else's on.
Period.
Yeah.
The real face. Like, hey, you know what? I'm here. I'm showing up authentically as me. And once you dig deep into your healing and you do the work and you really figure out what you are doing here, oh my God, you're powerful. You're powerful. It's like, oh my God, it's like I was born again, brother. I've got to raise me again. You know what I'm saying? Into this beautiful man that I am. Years ago, I couldn't say that about myself. Now, I'm gonna say it every day. Every day I look in the mirror. I love you before I go out here and advocate. I advocate for Amari. I talk to God. God give me the strength. I go out. I go to events. I do speaking engagements, panel speaking. You know what I'm saying? I got, that's my fun. That's my purpose. That's my spark. That's my love. You know what I'm saying? So who aligns with me, and that's just that. You know what I'm saying? Because we were taught to not listen to the people who can sit you down and talk to you for, the long-winded people. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, they that's boring. I don't want no, but if you tap into your spirit's gonna tell you that's who you need to be listening to. Because you'll be awakened. You'll unlock that third eye chakra, your throat chakra. You'll be able to be aligned and flow and say, man, this is not boring, this is true. So, yeah.
Some people don't want that though, and that's okay.
No, they don't. That's okay. That's okay. We're not here to wake up everybody. We're here to wake up those who want to be woke, those who are choosing to be woke. So we ain't worried about the people who ain't rolling. You don't put your energy there. You worry about the people who are like, I align with your principles. I'm gonna get it's just like followers like of Malcolm X. He didn't care that everybody didn't like him, and a lot of people didn't like him, even his own people. But did he stop speaking? No. His voice is still heard. Yeah. He's our ancestor. So, hey. Hey.
So whatever, I feel like this, whatever's meant for you is meant for you. If you in REM sleep and you don't plan on waking up, just stay asleep. Because it ain't no point of me talking to you and you ain't gonna see it. I want somebody that's semi-asleep. Semi-awake. I should say semi-awake.
Talk to
you got one eye open. I'm talking to you. So
you better say that, brother.
Yeah, for sure. So, man, banning books, well, we know about that and why people want to ban these damn books. I feel like you cannot ban. It's almost a contradiction, right? We in the age of technology and an age of advancement, but you want to, in that process, you still want to stop people from advancing. That makes no sense to me. You should be free to read whatever the fuck you want to read.
Exactly. And our children need to see themselves in these stories, brother.
Yeah.
Period. And how you gonna tell somebody what they can't read?
Yeah.
Talking about you want to protect the children, but y'all not doing nothing to actually protect the children. Yeah. Y'all don't care. Y'all just want that control.
Control. That's all it's about. Control.
Control and keeping us divided, so they can keep playing their game, the system's game.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
Like, how are you going to control? It all started when they controlling women's bodies, Roe versus Wade. I knew that trans bills was going to be next, that they were going to come after. You know what I'm saying? Our community, I knew it. And now look, they're like, oh, now they're trying to go after adults. Well, we knew that.
Yeah,
we knew that.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the anti-trans bills. And first, before we talk about adults, let's talk about how it's affecting youth.
Oh my
You
God.
Talk more about that.
Yeah, it's being a youth advocate, that's the core of me. That's the core of T with T. That's why I started, to be a voice for our youth, the voice of the unheard, because people think that children don't have a voice, that they can't have a voice because they're children. That is not true. We need to keep our babies authentic, for one, and nurture their authenticity and their imagination and who they are, because life in the system will rob them of that. They will take that away from them through the school system, the prison system, the working system. We are not supposed to be working our lives away. You know what I'm saying? So it starts with that, but it's affecting them because they feel like they don't even want to live, brother. I seen a stat just yesterday. 67% of trans youth don't even, if they can't have their hormones, if they can't have their freedom to be who they want to be, they don't want to live, brother. That is the hardcore truth. Sad truth. Why?
That's
leaves you speechless, brother.
Yeah.
And it's actually more in a person of color, Black youth, because they have it. You got racism, being trans. You got laws attacking your Blackness and who you are. So that
it's sad, really. It really is. If you think about it, if you just stop and take a moment and you just close your eyes and you think about that, I can't imagine. Because and I said earlier I'm about to be 43, but to be honest, I didn't think I was gonna make it here either. Yeah. And I'm a survivor too, because I wanted to take my own life. So it's like, just to imagine, like, I can't imagine being in that place, then not having your family accept you. It's just a lot. It's a lot to take in for a person, especially a youth.
States, because the state doesn't, for you to stay on your hormones. Families are moving, children are running away from home. Nobody's looking for them. They're being, using their dead names, their family not respecting them. And technology, brother, like you mentioned, like, it's so advanced. They can get on their phones and see anti-trans bill just passed here, Mississippi. They're like, I live in Mississippi, so that means that I don't matter. That means I'm already not safe, especially being a Black youth. You're already looking over your shoulder, because that's what we're born with. We're treated differently in the hospitals when we're born. Those who are born in hospitals. I'm all for natural home births. That is the best way to go. I'm just gonna put that out there for everybody expecting. Go that route, because these hospitals, they don't take care of us, my Black people. You know what I'm saying? Get you some people that are going to take care of you and yours. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't care. And I just feel that the trans bills, for one, are a distraction, a major distraction, again, to keep us divided, to keep us focused on the wrong things, to keep us hating each other, keeping us in the cycle of hate. And it's just sad to see that how they are not protected. There was just a non-binary youth that was tragically killed in school. I think their name was Nex, Nex, and it's all over social media right now. And I think they had some anti-bills going on, and it's just sad to see in our schools that you can't even protect them in schools.
You know what baffles me is they say we're protecting the youth. The youth don't know, the children don't know what they want. That I'm gonna say, first of all, I'm just saying straight up, that's a fucking lie.
That's a
because
fucking
you can
lie.
Ask your 3-year-old what you want for dinner, and your 3-year-old can say, I don't want that chicken you made, I want a goddamn hamburger.
Yeah, because that
no, I
don't
want no damn bread. But you know what I'm saying? Don't put no ketchup. And you're like, okay, baby, whatever you want. But then we want to say the kids don't know what they don't want. That kids don't know what they want. Kids know absolutely what they want.
How about the being a young child and oh, he's a ladies' man. Oh, he's gonna have all the girls. Putting those labels and all that. How do you know?
Yeah.
You want to call the LGBTQ plus community groomers, but let's talk about the real grooming.
Oh, that's a good one.
Let's talk about the real groomer, brother. Come on with it.
Yeah.
Y'all, you need young boys. You need to have all the girls you can. You're going to be a player. You're going to be the chip off the old block. You're grooming. Yep. We can also talk about Lil Boosie.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Not
you know what I'm saying?
Not today.
hey, we every day, brother. Because let me tell you something. It's tragic that this man, I watched T.S. Madison because he came after her, and I follow her, and I watch her show, and she just made some really powerful points of how, y'all can be so damaging to our community, drugs and pimping your own women, mistreating your own women. Who taught you that, for one? Who taught you to disrespect the very thing you came from? But you'll go out here and treat another woman, another race, like a queen, like pureness. It's that condition. You were groomed yourself. But she mentioned like how we, young men, they try to prove, fathers try to get them to, be over sexual. Boosie had, a woman perform on, his young son, his 13-year-old son. And it's like, but that's okay to the masses. Nobody.
Wait, what masses? I'm not a part of that mass. I don't think that's okay at all.
Exactly. When you hear that, your spirit gets disturbed. But see, people still put him on a pedestal because he's fueled with hate. Because everybody agrees with him. Yeah, man, your son. Yeah, man, that's your son. Yeah, they hyping him up because it's that toxic masculinity.
That's all kinds of ignorant. I'm sorry.
Exactly. It's very, very ignorant. Grooming, but then he turns around and he'll talk about the trans community and how he doesn't want his sons to be gay, so that's why he did that.
Wait, let's go back. Let's go back for a second. First of all, that is a molesting a child for the woman who did that.
It is. She's a predator. She needs to be in jail.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
Period.
And what happened to wanting to preserve our children to have sex when they're ready? At 13-year-old, you ain't ready. You still need to, as far as I'm concerned, you still need to have your body parts in your hand. You know what I mean? You technically ain't ready.
And even at 18, sometimes you're not ready because we don't even we don't teach how powerful sexual energy is, my brother.
Yep.
You don't understand how powerful that you can carry someone's trauma for the rest of your life by having sex with the wrong person.
Yep. And not only that, I feel like a child changes. You could kind of tell when the child starts to have sex because they change.
Yeah.
And so that's taking innocence away from a child. We don't allow children to be children.
Exactly. But then, like I said, that's not grooming to the masses, but to us who understand, us who understand, people like us who are like, no, man, that's wrong. But see, what do they say about the trans community? Y'all grooming kids. Are we? Are we just teaching them to be themselves? Stay, kids and stay true to themselves, because again, one thing that I dislike is that people want to tie in identity and sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
So much. Those are two different things. I can't stand when somebody says, "Oh, you're trans, so that means gay." No, it does not. For everybody who is listening to this, no, there are straight trans people that we are. Listen, us who we're men. I'm a straight man, brother. What are you?
I'm a pansexual man.
There you go. Yes. Everybody is different.
It's different. Yep.
But at the end of the day, what is our identity? I'm a man, and what are you, brother?
I'm a damn man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right, exactly.
All right, so I just wanted to break that down because
people
I see that so much, brother, in that. Oh, that pisses me off.
And you know what else is the thing too for trans? Let's talk about trans men who date other men. So then they get the question of, well, why did you transition if you was just gonna date men? Well, my gender identity is totally different to who I'm sexually attracted to.
Exactly.
So,
I'm glad you said that, brother. I'm so glad you said that because I wanted to talk about that next. Unity, especially in our community. Man, just respect people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't down talk, a man that is straight, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially with trans men and trans women. Some trans women say, "Oh, well, you're transphobic if you're a trans man and you don't date trans women." No. That as long as you are not disrespecting someone and you are honoring their pronouns, their identity, everybody is entitled to a preference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, your pants, I'm straight. It's something about, I'm really careful with the cis word because I know some people don't like to be called that. I'm respectful of that, but that's also how I can separate the two. I love, cis women. That's who I love. You know what I'm saying? That's all I've ever loved my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But does that mean that I don't love and honor and protect my trans women, my trans sisters? I still will stand on the front lines and be and love y'all, honor y'all. That's what I do every day. Just because I wouldn't date you, that's just my preference, but it has nothing to do with identity because you're still a woman to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you're still valid. You know what I'm saying? And people need to understand that. I'm so glad we're talking about this.
Yeah. So what do you think it would take for unity? And especially in the Black community, right? Because then people always say, well, let me go back because I wanted to say something about what Gabrielle Union and her husband was saying before about if you can't talk about unity in the Black community if you're not including trans folks too. So what do you think needs to happen as far as unity, or what should we be doing better?
For one, what you just said, it includes all of us. All of us. Just like when people say, oh, happy Black History Month. Queer Black History matters too. All Black people matter. And in the Black community, when you see, especially our toxic masculinity, that right there alone. When our Black men, when you see a Black gay man, that is still your brother. Mm-hmm. But you'll hate him more than you hate the white man that mistreats you, that mistreats your mother, your ancestry, your divine being. As a Black person, as a Black man, that is still your brother. And they want us to hate each other. Like I said, these bills are a huge distraction. They want to keep us divided because that's the power. Anybody who can have the power to keep us separate, you think they're going to stop that when they see us working? They see that we hate each other. But then you want to talk about Black power, Black pride, man. We got to do better with that, man. You will attack your own people. You will attack your own people and go out here and George Zimmerman can walk. He can walk in the hood and wouldn't nobody touch him.
Hey, this is Shawn Aaron. I'm the founder and executive director of Dem Bois Inc. I am also the host of Dem Bois Podcast. As you may know, Dem Bois provides financial assistance to trans men of color in order for them to obtain gender-affirming surgery. We have great news. We're currently looking for volunteers to help support our programs. Our programs include our gender-affirming surgery grant program and also our personal care package program. We personally curate packages filled with personal hygiene items. Just to name a few, things like tissue, soap, towels, toothpaste, and toothbrushes. We mail them out to trans men of color across the country who may be in need of help caring for their personal hygiene needs. We are looking for volunteers to help raise funds to support our programs. Also, we're looking for someone locally to the Bay Area to help us put all of the care packages together. If our mission is something that resonates with you and you would like to help support our work, just let us know. You can send an email to hello@dembois.org. That is HELLO@DEMBOIS.org. And we will get back to you with further details. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the next episode. You know what I live by? I'm going to tell you what I live by. This is my thought process, and maybe people that, if you thinking about somebody else and what they doing, mind your damn business, because what you eat is not going to make me shit. I could give two fucks of what you doing in your life, long as you're not harming anyone. If you happy in your shit, stay over there with your shit. I could care less. I don't judge nobody because I know how it feels to be judged on all different types of levels.
Exactly. So and it's like I don't care what you're doing. Like you said, as long as you're not harming anybody, as long as you are living in your truth, I want that for you. But that's your life. This is mine. I got to worry about me. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm happy doing, man. As long as you happy, because you got, the revolution started with the trans community, the gay community, the riots. It's so many. It's Black History Month, so a lot of people are highlighting, Black, historic figures of the movement. Majority of them are queer. Majority of them are Black lesbians, Black trans men that were on the front lines fighting for our people. And then our people turn around and say, Oh no, you don't count as black. You sound ignorant. You sound like you sound like the white man. you
Yeah.
you want to be him so bad. He didn't brainwash you to the point where he said, my life is perfect and you're a nigger and yours means nothing. So you need to chase mine. So that means disrespecting your own people, your own beautiful black skin. We have to understand, as a people with unity, we are black, powerful, and we are free. Free to love, man. Free to come together. This is the best time to do it. We have to stop hating each other. They want us apart. But when we come together, why do you think they want us apart? Because they know when we come together, that's our power. They couldn't overthrow us, brother.
Like
if we
brawl.
all came, oh my God. Oh my, that brawl is a powerful, I put my hand on my heart like it's our allegiance, brother.
Yeah. Just watching, it's like, see, that's what happens when you fuck with one of us and everybody say, oh, not today.
No,
right?
we all was in that. We all was in that. And we fought for ours. And I said, I actually did an episode on T with T Talks. And I said, this is what Black unity looks like, you guys. I said, you see how that no river wide enough, ain't no mountain high enough. That boy got in that young black king got in that water, threw them shoes off and was ready to throw. You feel me? And being from the Midwest, from the South, when them shoes come off, you better run.
Yeah. And I won't say that I'm a person that condones violence by any means necessary. I do believe in what's the word I'm trying to use? I can't think of the word, but I do believe in conversing, that you can de-escalate the situation. Is what I'm trying to say.
I believe in communication. I'm with you, brother. I believe in anything could be solved with a simple conversation. That's all we need anyway, is for all of us to sit down and talk and represent each group. But I am also for, don't take no shit.
Yeah,
don't let nobody just do nothing to you neither.
Yeah.
Defend yourself, because you have that right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I'm for both. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was a proud moment for me. I couldn't even say nothing. I even had to tell my mom.
I called my mama. I sent her memes. We was on the phone, man. It was beautiful. Yeah. It was beautiful. She was proud. I was proud. I mean, I did like 8 episodes on the
8? Oh
yeah, listen, because I wanted to shout out all the Black women that were out there that handled their business, the Black kings that didn't let the Black women get touched by the real thugs. You know what I'm saying? The white people who were trying to jump that Black king. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there stood together. They stood on business, Black business, and that right there. It wasn't about the violence and all of that. It was about, every time I watch that video, I get chills. Because they had just did our people, our tribe, went down there and gave back to the ancestors, because that boat dock is where they used to drop slaves off. So that particular part of that land that they had that brawl on was sacred to our people. So when I watch it, I see our ancestors saying, no, this is for the world to see too. No, not today. This is how we really come together. Because again, back to representation, they want to make us think we don't love each other. We don't care for each other. All these podcasts, women versus men, this, that, and the third. Black people, not being for the trans community when that's still your community too. They want to, they like that. That's what is represented. What I want to say out there to everybody right now, if you have a platform, use it to represent us in a positive light. Use it to show Black love. Use it for good, man. Period. They are watching us. Our children are watching us. And every time we do something that where we're bickering, when we beef with one another, why is that mainstream news? But when we sticking together, that's not. When you have people out here, Black teachers out here buying all the damn books for her classroom. You got Black lunch ladies paying out of her pocket for kids whose free lunches got taken away. That is what we need to push. That's why I love what I do, brother. That goes back to that question. That's why I love having a voice, having a platform, because I get to talk about those heroes, those celebrities. Black love. You know what I'm saying? Black brothers say, yeah, my brother's gay, but I love him. And I show up to pride and support him. I'm straight as an arrow, but I love my brother and I'm going to stand with him. That's the only content I allow on my platform, because we have enough negativity.
Enough
Period.
negativity. Yeah.
Period.
So let me ask you that. Is that your shout out to advocates and content creators?
Yes. I both the ones who are unfocused, because I love all my people, but it's time to wake up and y'all need to do better. I am so tired of y'all turning down our Black queens. Because let me tell you something, we are nothing without the Black woman. Nothing. She's Mother Earth. She's God. She's the universe. She's everything wrapped in everything. She's everything that we are. We are because of her. So it's always going to be a Black queen, but it's Black king here. So respect our sisters, period. Now that's first and foremost, because I'm tired of it. You come from a Black woman. Respect our Black women. Protect our Black women. They need us. We need them. We need each other. That is the message. We need each other. You got these platforms. You got these mics. Use them for good. Think about what your ancestors wish they could say when they was on that plantation. Think about the ones that were lynched. If their voices weren't taken from them, what would they say? Let it come through you. And for those who are doing it, like me and you, brother, keep doing it. Self-care first, because it's a heavy job to be a content creator, to do this.
It is.
It is mentally, it can exhaust you. I literally have over 100 notebooks of notes, of topics, of my calendar, everything. It can be overwhelming. So make sure you're taking care of you. Please don't forget you.
Absolutely. And holding space for other people. You don't realize that talking and holding space for other folks is sometimes can drain your energy, right? Because you're pouring so much into the conversation
and you have to fill your cup.
Yeah. And you reading stuff that may or may not trigger you. So it is a lot. It is a lot.
It is.
And you had said something about disrespecting Black women. I want to mention something that I saw on Instagram on Valentine's Day that I was kind of pissed off about it. So this Black man posted on his feed that Valentine's Day was for red bones and all y'all other dark-skinned women can have Black Friday. Have you seen that?
Yep. Because it pissed me off because I had seen something else about how, somebody else was talking about what Black women don't deserve. And I said, not today.
Not today, Lord. Not today.
I said, I'm so tired of seeing it. But I was like, I being a dark-skinned Black man, that is also triggering because growing up being darker, you're not desirable. Oh, you Black. You too Black. We want the light skin. We want this. And I'm like, for one, ain't we both Black? We're both, the light nigga, dark nigga, still nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like we got still.
And let's talk about where the shade came from, right? The history of the shade. So you can't forget that part of it too.
For sure. It is, being lighter was being desirable, because, white was seen as pure. You know what I'm saying? You watch Malcolm X, the movie, he makes him read the dictionary and it says, look at the definition of Black, dark, blemish. You know what I'm saying? Ill intent. Look at the definition of white, pure. You know what I'm saying? So the lighter, the better. It goes to white supremacy, racism. It's all of this is tied together. Self-hatred. Oh, you too Black. You need to change your features. When I see our Black, public figures, surgeries, all of this. Why are you doing that? I love that pretty dark skin. That's why I love India Ari, because she stays true to herself. Erykah Badu, those women. That is beautiful. Look at your dark skin, man. I love being dark. I love being, you know what I mean?
I ain't never had a problem with being dark skinned. Okay. I never had a problem internally about it, but I did used to always tell people when people ask me my shade, I say I'm butterscotch.
Yeah, I always, as a kid, being teased because I was, I was, called every name in the book. You know what I'm saying? African, you burnt, don't stay out in the sun too long, woo, whatever. But on the inside, something about me was always prideful.
Yeah.
Because, I grew up in a lot of dysfunction, but, my mom would say, your skin is beautiful, and I had, a little bit of representations on TV, seeing darker people, Bernie Mac, my favorite comedian, seeing him made me feel seen. Cause I'm like, man, we favor each other, representation. Here's a man who's tall, dark, just like me, all of that. But look at him. He got swag. He's a man. You know what I'm saying? He's, people love him. So it's like, for me, it was always, pride, and traumatizing, because being bullied about it, made me hate it, in my teen years, like, oh man, I hate being so black. But I never wanted to be light though. Never. I love my dark skin, but I never made light-skinned people feel any type of way. I don't care about all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. It's your skin. This is mine. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all tied together, brother. It definitely is. We got to stop that shit though. Like, for real.
Yeah, we do. And yeah, that kind of upset me. So
yeah, no, very upsetting, because I let me tell you something. It's always gonna be a dark, big, beautiful woman for me. Let me tell you, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I need you. I need you black. I need you big. I need you dark. I need all of that.
So are you sending you got applications open or something? You like, if you're big, you're black, and you for me. Oh,
well, for one, any opportunity I get to uplift my sisters, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And
I don't want to get no DMs talking about I'm big, black, and beautiful. Let me get Amari's contact information.
I just align. I don't chase, I attract. I'm a powerful being. Everything I want wants me. So, right now, my heart is open to all love. We get caught up in, romantic love, but if we really focus on just loving one another, being kind, it would be a better place, because people think when they say love, it's all about romance.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? No, love is about loving your best friend. Being intimate. You know what I'm saying? Not intimate in sex. When people hear that, oh, it's sex. No, it's not. It could be learning somebody's love language and acting on it, making them feel seen, making them feel heard, making them feel like you are their safe place. That's love.
And it's possible for a masculine, I'm gonna say a masculine and feminine person, to be friends and not be sexually involved or romantically involved or whatever. So that's possible too. So
yes. So and with that, I'm glad you said that, because I also want to say this for the listeners. All of us have masculine and feminine energy.
Absolutely.
So please balance the both. Absolutely. It is okay if you see a masculine woman, do not tell her to tone down. Absolutely. That is the energy. It is in her.
Yep.
It's in me and you. We have both. Balance them both. If you are one way and you're not feeding the other, you're unbalanced, and you're still creating the generational trauma, the stigma around. Right. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So balance that, people.
Yep. Keep it balanced. And then what is not for you, shut your damn mouth and move on to the next person. Please. Don't make somebody feel self-conscious about who they are as a person because you're not attracted to it. Just move on to the next person. Keep your
you ain't got to make nobody feel. You ain't got to make nobody feel, low. You know what I'm saying? Like, take what you learn from people's experiences. And when you get a chance to make somebody feel special, if you just tell somebody walking on the street, man, you look great today, and they beam up and say thank you, that's love right there. That's you giving back to the universe. See, people think we got to pay money. Money, that has no value. Our value, we're here paying in love. You are measured by the love that you give. That's your currency. Your energy is your wealth. So when you show love and when you make someone feel good, that's you paying the universe. That's paying your real dues.
Yep.
That's that you're paying for your room here on earth.
Absolutely. So we talked a little bit earlier about trans youth. But me and you talked about it right before this, about trans youth and suicide rates that are higher than cis youth. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. For one, let me say this. I want to send love, light, and life and positive healing energy to everyone out there who has lost their child to suicide. I pray for y'all every day. Every day. I am sending y'all love and Godspeed to their spirits. And you are not a failure. Your child is not a failure if that was the outcome. It's triggering because, being a suicide survivor and, as a youth and not having a safe space, I want to say, for one, to our parents out there, be your child's safe space. Be your child's safe space. Because if they feel like they have somewhere where they can be safe, 9 times out of 10, they will not go that route. We need them. They are our future. So hear me and hear me good. Accept them, love them, honor them, their identities, their sexualities, whatever they want to be, as long as they are good people, do right by people, love them, show them what love is, unconditional love. This is to my parents. Create the safe space in your home and do whatever you have to do to protect your baby. Do whatever you have to do to pour love into your child. Because these kids they go to school, bullied, online, bullied, the government, all of that, the bills. Imagine what they are dealing with. Take that load off by creating a safe space and being out here and be an ally. PFLAG, join some organizations, read books, learn. It's all about knowledge. Learn what you don't understand so that you can understand it for the sake of your child. You bought that precious baby in this world and you were chosen, handpicked to have that special child. Be their safe space. And to our youth, reach out to somebody. Organizations, suicide hotlines, journal, wherever you can feel safe. That doesn't have to be the outcome because we need y'all and we love y'all. We are here for y'all. Your big brother Amari, your big brother Shawn, we're here. Search our names and you're gonna find content you're gonna say, oh my God, I see myself in them. If they can make it to 43 and 30, I can too. Because what you see right here, we went through the same thing. And we making it. We didn't make it. We didn't just make it, we're making it because we're still here. We're still going. So you learn, take time, speak up. You know what I'm saying? And to our teachers in our school system, be allies. Go down and shout out to everyone who is on the front lines, signing the bills. I actually spoke on behalf of a bill earlier this year on TV. That's how you show up. When I spoke, I was speaking for so many people, and it felt so powerful that these people would say, wow, that man made a difference. I was able to have people say, yeah, to the bill, because they could hear it from someone who lived it, experienced it. So teachers, parents, people like me and you, let's keep showing up so we can decrease these numbers. And that's what I got to say on that. That's really emotional topic for me.
Yeah. I've been there in that space, and I remember being in that space and not seeing my life as it is now. And don't get me wrong, I'm a work in progress, right? I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still working on myself. But I never saw then what I could see now. But what about all the lives or things that I've hit in between then and now? That would have never have happened. Right. So maybe I spoke to somebody and saved somebody's life or whatever.
Oh, and you have. You have, brother. I have. And the fact that we have, and we're honoring our inner child, and that is why we here, brother.
Yeah, and that's the reason to keep pushing forward.
That's enough reason for both of us. Because I know when you said that, you like, man, yeah, I did. I have saved lives. Simply having a podcast, giving your community a voice is saving lives. You still got people talk. Your name is in rooms you don't even know. I talk about people. I talk about you. I'm like, yeah, I've been on this podcast. My brother. You know what I'm saying? Being able to share our stories, all of that. You got other people like, man, I'll tune in. I'll take a listen. I need to hear that. I need to hear, inspiration. That's saving someone's life. When somebody hit me up, you saved my life, man. Just by listening to you, just by following you, by seeing you. And like you said, we still got work to do, brother. Yeah. But life is about the journey, not the destination. Live it, learn, love yourself through evolution. Love yourself through evolution.
I love that. That's powerful, though. That should be a hashtag.
Because you're going to change. You're going to fall down sometimes. Just because we're doing the work, I still have time, but it's about how you get up. Life is going to keep throwing curves, but that's not going to stop us what I had to learn. You just got to get stronger. You got to get made of steel. Like, oh, I done been through this before. I know it's going to turn out all right because God got my back. Yep. The ancestors, they work it out. My divine team, they work it out for me every time because I'm divinely protected. But what I know I need to do is stay focused. Keep doing what I'm doing. Keep helping my people. And I'm just fine. And everyone connected to me is going to be just fine too.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I always appreciate you on the show. I always appreciate your energy. I appreciate the things you have to say. And just you're a brilliant person. And I can say, and I've told you this before, that I love you and keep doing what you're doing.
Brother, I love you back. Thank you so much for this platform. You are inspiration to me and to others, to your community. I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of everything that you are, your spirit, your soul. You are a powerful king. And don't you ever forget it. Anytime you need to be reminded, you call me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I need to be reminded, I can call you. We're brothers through spirit, through love, Black love. You know what I'm saying? And let's continue to raise the vibrations, brother.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I appreciate that. So I'm not gonna let you get off this damn show without asking you one of these questions. So you know how it go. You know the drill. I got this list of questions, and I'm on number 37 now. So
yeah.
So pick a number between 1 and 37, and I got you.
You know me. You should know which one I'm gonna pick. 37.
I knew it in my head. I'm like, this motherfucker gonna say
I go
37.
for the last one, either the first one or the last.
I knew it. So number 37. After I read you this question you answered, I got something else for you though.
Okay.
So you can't leave this show because you've been on here so many damn times. You got to give me a 38. So I'm gonna need a number 38 from you.
All right.
So number 37 is you are enough. That goes what we was talking about today. That's
divine,
crazy.
brother. Nothing's by accident, brother.
Yeah, it says you are enough. What does that mean to you? What is your message to the listeners using that same phrase?
It means to me that I can finally see my life through heaven's eyes. I can finally love myself the way God loves me. I can finally treat myself the way God treats me. I can finally look in the mirror and say, my God, Amari, you are enough, and mean it. I can love myself through evolution. I can love myself when I'm down. I can love myself when I'm up because it doesn't matter. Because all through that storm and through the sunny days too, I am still me. I am still enough, and I will still choose this man right here. Every day, every day I grand rise, and every day I lay down. I am blessed. I am here. I am chosen. God told me that in my darkest hour when I was surrounded by darkness, and God said, look inside yourself. You were the light the whole time. So now I can guide myself to strength, to healing, to power, and I can lead people. I am enough. And it means to me truth because I believe it now, brother. I believe it. So to everybody out there who's hearing this, believe it. You are enough. You are not here by accident. You are here by divine order. Stand in your power. Keep it. Nobody can take it away from you. See your life through heaven's eyes. Even if it's small progress, you are making a grand, in the grand design, that piece of you still matters. It can't be grand without you. You are enough. We are enough. Shawn, you are enough. We are more than enough. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. We are enough. We are love. We are power. I'm going to speak it into me, you, and everyone else. Period. I am enough equals love. Self-love, baby.
Love it. I love it. So now I need a number 38 from you.
All right. All right. Let me see if I can. Okay. Since I'm a youth advocate, I'm gonna keep it in that department. What would a day of you spending time with your inner child look like? What would you do? How would you feel? How would you nurture your inner child during it throughout that day. Trying to put it all together, but yeah.
So how would a day of you spending time with your inner self, your inner child look like?
Yeah. Because I was also between like, what is something you needed when you were a youth that you could give your inner child and that you would give the youth of today? So you can break that up. You can have 38 and 39.
I'm writing it. I'm writing it.
Look.
Wait, tell me that part B again. Say it again.
What would you give your inner child that you can give yourself now that you would give our youth? And yeah, because that ties into I do inner child healing Sundays, and I talk about things that I still do as an adult for my inner child. Go out, buy my favorite board games, all of this. But what would it look like mentally? How would you show up for your inner child that you can show up for yourself, that you can do now? And how would you help the youth do that? Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Amari, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, brother. All right, y'all.
Yep,
y'all stay blessed.
So we have reached the end of this episode. I want to say thank you for listening to Dem Bois Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Shawn Aaron, he, him, his. Be sure to visit our website at dembois.org. That is DEMBOIS.org. If you would like to connect with us, be sure to follow us on Instagram or Facebook. If you think you would be a great guest on the show, or if you know somebody you think would be a great guest on the show, there's multiple ways to request to be a guest on the show. First is you can go visit our Instagram page, click the link in our bio, and from there you'll be able to request to be a guest on the show. Or you can visit our website, click the programs tab up top, scroll down to podcast, click the podcast button, and from there on the podcast page, you'll be able to request to be a guest on the show. Yo, we need questions, y'all. If you have those burning questions, a question that you want to ask me or a future guest on the show, there's multiple ways that you can send in questions, right? So first, you can go to Instagram, DM us that question, or you can email us at hello@dembois.org. That's HELLO, like hi, at dembois.org. Be sure to like the show. Be sure to share this show out with your friends and other folks in your networks. So until next time, take care.